Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Today in the Bible Bistro we're looking at Psalm 25 verses 12 through 22. This is the second half of Psalm 25. And in the first half of the psalm, we saw a great deal of discussion about the way of the Lord, His ways and His paths. And as the psalmist was saying there in verse 4, cause me to know your ways, then we get this recitation of what the ways of the Lord are. And some of these we've already discussed: truth, salvation, loving kindness, mercy, goodness, uprightness. His covenant and His testimonies are also a part of His way. And that's not going to end it, because we're going to see more of His ways as we go forward. But now, in verse 12 is sort of a natural break for the psalm, because he asks a question: who is this man who fears the Lord? And the question here means, what benefit is there to walking in these ways? What benefit do I have for walking in these ways? So he's going to look at the man who fears the Lord and the benefits that come from that. So fearing the Lord is a part of the way of the Lord. So we're going to add that to our list. His ways include the fear of the Lord. Always they include the fear of the Lord. But we're going to see today the benefits of walking in this way. Now remember, this psalm is a psalm of the church. This is a psalm of the believer. So I lift up my soul unto the Lord. That's where we begin there in verse 1. And now we're going to come to verse 12. And if you have your Bible, I hope that you'll open to verse 12, Psalm 25. And I'm going to read 12, 13, and 14. And we're going to find 5 different ways in which the man who fears the Lord is benefited by walking in the Lord's way. So if you have your Bible open there, let me read these verses. If you don't have your Bible, I'll be glad to read these for you. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease. His seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Okay, so that's Psalm 25, verses 12 through 14. The benefit. Who is this man who fears the Lord? Well, number one, the man who fears the Lord has this benefit. The Lord teaches him the way. So that was a request, right? Up in verse 4, teach me your way. Teach me your paths. Cause me to know your ways. Teach me your paths. So now we find out that the one who fears the Lord gets that instruction. That's number one. The Lord will teach the man who fears him his way. Number two, there in verse 13. And the King James has, let me turn back there to the King James. The King James has, his soul shall dwell at ease. His seed shall inherit the earth. I have in my translation that his soul will dwell in goodness. So a goodness is one of those words that we had there about the way of the Lord. And so here we have it again, the soul dwelling in goodness or in ease, something that the Lord's going to do. But notice this isn't the body and the mind, this is the soul. The soul is dwelling at ease. You can be in any circumstance. You can be in wealth. You can be in poverty. You can be under trouble. You can be on top of the world. It doesn't matter what your circumstance is, because if you are fearing the Lord and walking in His way, then part of the benefit of walking in His way is that your soul's at ease. The apostle said, no matter the state I found myself in, I was in always content. That's having a soul that's at ease. Verse 13 says, his seed will inherit the earth. Of course, this looks forward to the future when all those who believe in the Lord are going to inherit the earth. You know, the meek shall inherit the earth. It's a promise that Jesus said in the kingdom age would be for everyone who's fearing the Lord, the meek, that is. They're going to inherit the earth. Well, it's a promise to Israel. It's a promise also to the church. So this is the third benefit that he mentions. Fourth, the secret counsel of the Lord is for those who fear him. Now, that's my translation, and I wanted to read that because it's for those. So, if you fear the Lord, then you have His counsel on your side. You don't have to go seeking it and begging it. You don't have to wonder what it might be because the Lord will give it to you. It's a part of the benefit of fearing the Lord and walking in His way. And then finally there in verse 14, His covenant He will cause them to know. So the Lord is going to make sure that you're walking in His way, that all these benefits are going to apply, and that the covenant of the Lord, you understand it, you get it. You're not going to be wondering and questioning, how am I to walk? What am I to do? How does this operate within me experientially? Because the Lord's going to make you know His covenant. Okay, so that's Psalm 25, verses 12 through 14, the benefits of fearing the Lord and walking in His way. Join me again tomorrow. We're going to look at verses 15 and 16 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.